Alright, hi, hello, welcome y'all back to another reaction video. So today we're about to react to a video that was actually requested in the Discord. This one is I miss the, it's in quotation. So yeah, without further ado, y'all about to hop straight into this video. So let's watch right now. Oh, Kanye.
There can be several reasons you may remember older music more fondly than you do current music. Maybe you were just happier back then. Maybe you were exposed to less music, so you thought that album you heard was mind-blowing and out of this world. Maybe you were just blinded by the hype or the hate train. Maybe you felt a connection with a certain artist you just don't feel anymore. I could keep going, but the only conclusion we are led to is that it's incredibly hard for an individual to objectively judge an older work of art, considering all of these factors come into play. Unfortunately, fans often can't recognize their bias, and consequently they resort to telling artists to bring back the old sound. I miss the old Kanye. What happened to 2016 Uzi? It poses sort of a difficult question.
I mean,
Do you
people
try to
grow
please
up.
your fans, or do you ignore their pleas completely? And this decision may be much harder than it sounds, because at the end of the day, fans are the ones streaming your music, buying your merch, and basically feeding you and your family. So why would you not give them what they want? This is why. Fans don't know what they want. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't. Fans, generally speaking, don't even have a surface level understanding of why they like certain music. And that's okay, because they don't need to. They just think, well, hey, I liked this style 2 years ago, so I want more of that style. When in reality, you don't. Because if you get what you want, you're gonna get bored and lose interest. And I'm sure the
So a couple of things when it comes to like artists putting out music at a certain era during a certain era or whatever, you got to understand where they came from at that time. They were hungry. They were in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? Basically, they were writing music that fit with whatever they were going through at that current time. So if I'm having issues with like money, bills, relationships, anything while I'm like down, you know what I'm saying? I can make plenty of music like that. But how, as somebody who is rich as fuck, who has private jets, these people have private jets for their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can travel and do whatever they want. They have endless amounts of money. How can you write music to still sound relatable? Now, it could be possible, but with some artists, they have a hard time doing that because it just sounds like you're kind of pandering and it doesn't even sound right. Because you're not going through that struggle anymore. So, and with some YouTubers too, there are YouTubers who are very successful and very well off, who try to like come off as still poor or whatever, or try to come off as relatable. People just lose their relatability as they advance into their career. So people kind of lose their audience a little bit.
The artist too doesn't want to be doing the same thing they were doing years earlier. So if they cave into their fans' demands, it's really a lose-lose. Like, in this situation, no matter how you put it, evolution is for the best.
And when people go back, that is the grossest fucking thing. Move forward. Get what you're into for real. I'm gonna go back to the old shit because that's what they want. Fuck what they want. Give them what you want.
Let's just take a quick look at all of the artists who have switched styles successfully just in this past decade. Kanye, Tyler the Creator, and Kendrick, they pretty much switch up their style with every album. Lil Durk is a rapper who recognized the next wave before it got really popular and managed to transition from drill to trap effortlessly. And look at him now, 10 years into his career, bigger than he ever was. Even MGK, I know a lot of you on the channel hate him, but him switching to pop punk was a huge success. Because let's be honest, his rap career wasn't going anywhere. I was genuinely shocked to find out MGK is selling 100K first week. Like, whoa, where did that come from? A more recent example is even Trippie Redd with his hyperpop album. This wasn't that much of a switch up, but it was still really successful, with Trippie Redd selling 80K first week. And the best example, in my opinion, XXXTentacion, rest in peace. He completely changed his sound. You would think people who bump screamo rap wouldn't get down with sad folky music, but no, it made him like 10 times more popular. That wasn't even like a smooth transition. That was a drastic ass change, and it still worked. And that just proves that if you want to sell your art, you have to sell yourself first. Pause. But this is what X did so well. If people get down with you as a person, they are easily gonna connect with your artistic expression, because in a way, that's an extension of you, and people like you. Cardi's Whole Lotta Red is the perfect example, which shows us the reception may not always be positive at first, but if the music is good, or just bold in general, fans are eventually gonna come around on it. Like, even though people did call him trash and garbage and mid and said Whole Lotta Red was the worst album of all time, notice how the switch up paid off, because Cardi is as big now as he ever was. And if we compare that to someone like Lil Uzi, who played it safe with his Eternal Take, and I forgot what the other album was even called. It's not memorable at all. With those two albums, he gave the fans, quote unquote, exactly what they wanted. Everyone was happy, everyone was satisfied, no one was calling him mid. But those same people now are saying, you fell off. Why be better? So yeah, fans have no clue what the fuck they want. Like, for him, pleasing the fans wasn't a good long-term decision at all. Cause let's be honest, Lil Uzi is not nearly as popular now as he was 2 years ago. And it's sad to see him still in that mindset. Next year is gonna be just like 2016. Like, bro, stop.
The only advice I would have would be to not listen to anyone and to do what you love and to make things that you love, whatever it is. Be the you be the audience. Make the thing for you the audience. It doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks. You can't make art for someone else. You can't make art with someone else in mind. I don't believe it can be good.
But that's just viewing it from an artistic point of view. Let's just take a look at it strictly from a business perspective. So if you're an artist and you recognize that you've pretty much explored all you could within one genre, realizing that's as big as you're gonna get doing what you're doing, it's logical to explore other sounds and expand your audience while doing so. Someone like a Drake is fully aware of this, and he has pretty much mastered the art of exploring other genres. While you know he isn't gonna do anything crazy with those styles, his talent level is high enough.
He has like 50 different accents
where he can cover all the basic requirements to sound good on a Spanish cut, on a reggaeton song, on a drill song. The more people can identify with you, the bigger your audience gets, which translates to you lasting longer in the industry. Like, Drake is not thinking, how can I make the best song? But rather, how can I grow my audience? Which is why he's as big as he is now. And that's why I think a lot of people are starting to dislike Drake, because they recognize he prioritizes business over artistry. And the only reason that's gotten him so far is because he already had one foot in the pop music world and the necessary skill set to step into other genres. And also, he was pretty accessible.
No, I would have to say his music just doesn't really move me like that.
For someone like a Lil Baby, on the contrary, yes, he doesn't have the same skill set or the marketability to drastically change styles like Drake does, but still, I think him releasing another trap album would be redundant and surely wouldn't push him forward in any way, because he's pretty much accomplished all he could doing what he's doing. There's no more room for him to grow. People will eventually get bored. Like, you can't stay in the same lane for years and retain the same level of relevance. This rule doesn't just apply to artists, we can pretty much apply this in any industry. If we talk about content creators, I want to use KSI as an example. I'm old enough to remember when people were saying, we want the old KSI, this new KSI is garbage. And they were saying that back in 2015, 7 years ago. Just imagine if he listened to those people. Do you think he would be where he's at right now? Fuck no. Instead, he did what he wanted to do. These YouTube videos are getting kind of boring. Boom, dropped a movie. I don't know, KSI, that movie was kind of ass. I'm a rapper now. Nah, JJ, we really aren't feeling the music that much. Boom, I box now. I'm a boxer. I fight for a living. Do you see what I'm trying to say? You would go insane doing the same formula in the same shit for 5 years. No sane artist or creator of any kind would do that voluntarily. So just follow your instincts and explore other things. Shout out to Joji because he went from content creating to music industry, switched it up, and look at him now. Look at him fucking now. The fans are always 20 steps behind. And just look at the ones who never fucking changed. Where are they at now? Fucking nowhere. Irrelevant. And in contrast, how many unsuccessful switch-ups have we seen recently? Like, let's be honest. I guess you could say Kid Cudi with Speeding Bullet to Heaven, but was that really unsuccessful when you think about it? Cudi is as popular now as he ever was. And hell, if that album wasn't as polarizing as it was, who knows if he would be in the same position. Now, the only negative I can imagine coming from this is OG fans, day ones, feeling alienated. But in my opinion, that's a small price to pay in that scenario. If they are such day one OG fans, maybe they should be the ones finding merit in your new stuff, if they really get down with you like that. But in any case, that's much better than putting out the same song or the same content over and over and putting your audience to sleep.
Can you imagine, like, the person that you, an artist making the same shit over and over, feeling boxed in? The quality of the music will be trash because it's something that they don't really want to do. Like, they want to expand and evolve and do other things, but the audience, that person is thinking about their audience. They don't want to lose, you know what I'm saying, their audience. So they just want to continue to do the same thing over and over to feed them. But doing that, the quality of your work is going to be ass. So it's just better to do whatever you feel like you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Move at the beat of your own drum, just like KSI did. I didn't know he did all of that or whatever. But yeah, don't let people box you in. If you want to do other shit and if you lose people along the way, then it is what it is. But